Discussion, the UN Human Rights Council appointed a pro-Palestinian Canadian legal expert to be the special rapporteur on the human rights situation in the Palestinian territories. Michael Lynk will be appointed to examine allegations of Israeli human rights violations against the Palestinians. Lynk has a history in the region. In 1989, he worked in Palestinian refugee camps with the UN Relief and Works Agency, and in 2013, he advocated bringing Israel in front of the ICJ. And joining us now is the director of UN Watch, Hillel Neuer. Mr. Neuer, thank you very much for being with us.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Well, first of all, even Canada is coming out against Lynk. How controversial is he compared especially to Shabbos before him?
Well, I think it's a fair comparison. They're both Canadian law professors who are respected in their particular field. Shabbos was a widely published scholar. Lynk is not. He's a labor lawyer who teaches law, been teaching for the past 15 years. He's not an accomplished scholar. But when it comes to the issue of Palestinians, both of them are not impartial or objective. They're both longtime advocates for a very ardent position, which is hostile to Israel. And that's why neither of them was qualified. Shabbos was forced to resign. And I think we'll see whether Lynk has to as well, because he clearly does not meet the basic criteria in the UN Human Rights Council's own rules for objectivity and impartiality.
And is the Human Rights Council too one-sided to appoint someone who's neutral about the situation between Israel and the Palestinians?
Well, it is a political body, but when the right countries step up to the plate, they can do the right thing. Actually, 2 years ago, there was a Canadian ambassador who was heading the committee that makes the initial selection, and the Canadian ambassador, on behalf of the entire committee, picked someone who had no prior record this way or that way, not for Israel, not for the Palestinians. Of course, the council, the majority of the council, is dominated by the Arab and Islamic states, supported by dictatorships, and they rejected that candidate. So on certain items where the democracies are strong enough, you can get a majority to do the right thing. Too often, that does not happen, and certainly when it comes to Arab-Israel issues, the Arab and Islamic states are very focused, very determined, and they trade votes. They have 56 votes. They trade oil. They trade sovereign wealth funds, and they use fear of terrorism. And so in the end, you get an automatic majority that is not based on objective criteria, but is based entirely on politics and other factors.
Mr. Hillel Neuer, thank you very much for joining us.